many cool cars. And today we are at First Motors. It's one of the first shops that we're going to come and look at because the car collections over here are just absolutely crazy. Let's just go and have a look at a couple of cars. We start with this and we're going to end with this. This is the Lamborghini Sia, and it is the convertible, the roadster version. Just such a sweet car in black. A lot of the design cues from the Aventador, but in itself just its own crazy creation. And once we get back, because the showroom goes a little bit in a circular form, then we're actually going to start up and see what she sounds like. Here, of course, the absolute pride and goal of many a man's heart is the Ferrari Testarossa. Marco, shout out to you because I know you absolutely love this car. And we're going to swing over this side. I need to come past the camera very quickly. And that is the Pista. Here, both examples as the Hypercars. You guys let me know which one of these two you would like to have in your driveway. I'm looking at this blue and I remember that we made a film on one that had blue carbon fiber. It was spec'd to the moon and back. Okay, moving along to probably one of the best Ferraris, in my opinion, the best Ferraris that you can find on the planet. If I had a garage full of Ferraris, it would be this one, the F12 TDF. It's just such a bonkers car. I've had the privilege of driving one of these before, and it is quite unlike anything else that there is out there. It's just so special. So now we're going to jump somewhere different. Have a look at this. This is the McLaren Speedtail, one of, if I stand correct, 149 of these cars in the entire world. The way that the seating arrangement has been done on the inside, where you sit in the center of the car as the driver, and you got sort of two passengers just, you know, on the side. Honestly, Speedtail, the name says it all. Look at that bum. Nearly said something else. Now, let's jump all the way to the front again. The greatest lineup of LaFerraris that you have seen in your life. I've never seen anything like this. Holy freaking moly, look at that. Including some Apertas, and of course, I mean, just look at this. You gotta come with me, Josh. Here you can have a really nice peek into the heart of this monster. Covered in carbon fiber. Come on, have a look. Come and have a look. I know we'll probably put some car shots in there, but that is a shot to behold. Just such a beautiful car. You don't really feel that it's outdated now, but just an exceptional car. Honestly, just love the design of this, love the fact that it's so timeless, love the fact that it's still beautiful. You can see a little bit of, don't crucify me for this, a little bit of the 488 kind of light setup. I mean, there is a hint of a resemblance, don't you think? Find that really lovely. I want to throw your attention to this, since we're on the topic of yellow monstrosities. This is probably the pendant to the F12 TDF for me, in my opinion. The competizione of the A12. I mean, sack of nuts. Is this sexy, or is it so sexy? It's got this blade in carbon fiber here in the front, and then of course loads of carbon fiber just thrown at this car. So even when we did the A12 Competizione Novitec style, we didn't change too many things, because we don't believe we need to make our footprint by changing something that is extraordinarily fantastic. We'd love to add a little something if we can, but otherwise we also agree that they've done a fantastic job. Applauds to Ferrari for that. Then jump over this side. Let's get this thing going, man. Whew, got so many cool cars. Here, of course, Ferrari Enzo. Moving along, this here, AMG Project 1. It's not Novitec, no. But we're not just into Novitec or Novitec brands. We're petrol heads. We freaking drown in petrol. We love it. We lie awake at night when we see a cool car, and we can't sleep because we reminisce on the idea that we might buy it, which will never happen if we're talking about this one. But there is one in front, so we'll have a look at that. I mean, this is sick. What I said before about the lights, right? Just check this out. We were on La Ferrari. Look at the lights. This is actually a race car, 488 race car. I think it's lovely. I think it's brutal and it's lovely. And we're not gonna say anything bad about it. It's stunning carbon fiber over here. Just the attention to detail. I can see right through the windscreen, lots of Alcantara in there, roll cage, bucket seats, harnesses. I want it so badly. But let's move on to the 812 Superfasts. Here we've got two prime examples of the GTSs. I don't know if it's possible to film it down this line because it's just so nice to be sandwiched in between these two cars. Now, this is a lovely opportunity for us to show you what the 812s look like when they have not undergone any work from us as yet. And it's probably quite important to point out, and we'll have a look at that with the Purosangue in a moment, just all the bits normally that Ferrari offers you in, you know, general plastic, or that you can have in carbon fiber from them perhaps, but also the parts that we change on the car. You're basically looking at the sort of naked donor vehicle that has not been Novitec at all. Just look at this carbon fiber, this non-carbon fiber. You see, I'm already thinking we should put some on here. The plastic insert over here at the bottom of the windscreen. The fact that we've got these rather standard wheels, nothing wrong with it, Ferrari, all good, but just NF10, NF11s with the suspension slightly lowered would be so nice, including some carbon fiber side skirts. You guys know the drill, you've seen the videos, and if you haven't, we've done a lot on 812 in the last couple of months. So click up over here, some awesome cars, including the Enlago S versions of the standard as well as the GTS S. Here, AMG monsters, but where you got the AMG monsters over here, you've got Godzilla over here. These are just so precious. Chefchen, I am tagging you in this, brother. Swing to your left very quickly to the Rolls-Royce Cullinans. We were talking about the 812s, about the Ferraris being, you know, naked donor vehicles as such. This is what a standard Rolls-Royce Cullinan looks like. Nothing wrong with it, but it's just tremendous if I see the difference between what they look like standard and once we've worked on them. The wide body versions, the fact that there's just so much more to it with the lowering module, riding a lot lower. There's a lot of videos, and we just did one on a gray one, an overdose, which is like the overdose 2 kit. So good. Maurice is just showing something to me. This is it. Come and check this out. Look at this. That is what the overdose looks like. We'll probably put in 1 or 2 shots, Josh, if that's all right, of that film that you and I made together. This is the Aventador Ultime. Ultime means sort of the last one. Very special, because you kind of know that that's an end of an era, that from now on things are going to change, and they have changed tremendously. But just here, very interesting difference as well that you can see between the Ultime, for example, and the SVJ. Just look at the massive ALA wing that you have at the back of that, and the more relatively peaceful wing that you got at the back of this one. However, this one reminiscing again back to the Sian. We're gonna swap this way. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is the Ferrari Purosangue. This car is a bit of a game changer, isn't it? It's a bit of a, it just makes that little cup of tea conversation a little bit odd, because what the heck is it? You know, that's kind of the question you're asking yourself. Is it an SUV? Is it some sort of a transitional thing? Is it a sports coupe? But no, it's just, these are the things that have been coming from the public, right? Because people didn't know. They were like, hey, you know, I'm just saying what I'm seeing. It has become quite a cool car. It's something that people really come to love, especially now that the journalists have been driving it. People have been giving opinions. You've been seeing some people sliding this around. It's fantastic because it's got the 6.5 liter naturally aspirated V12 motor, flappy paddle goodness, and you can put quite a lot of power onto the rear wheel. So it makes it a very cool drivable car. The very nice thing is we have one as well. It's just, damn it, man, it's still being worked on, the production of the kit, These things take a lot of time. The cars get 3D scanned. There's a lot of designing work that actually goes into Novitec parts. It's not slapstick stuff. And I think very soon this year, we're going to bring out the phase 1, phase 2 videos of the Purosangue. But just to bring your attention to this again, look at the plastic parts that you have over here. Nothing wrong with that, but these are all opportunities for us to do some carbon fiber work in it. You see that all over the car. Look at the massive side skirt that you have over here, all in black plastic. And you're kind of like, oh, you know, that doesn't fit the bill that you pay for the rest of it. You can obviously have a lot of that in carbon fiber, possibly even from Ferrari, I'm sure, but perhaps in a certain style, and perhaps we might do it slightly different. When I say a wide body kit, we are interested in making a wide body kit. We're working on it. Maybe come a little bit closer, Josh. I have the feeling you're like far away. One of the things that we just want to mention is that when you find pictures of, you know, probably nowadays AI generated, or somebody scribbling that together on the computer, CG wise, of what a body kit could look like, we have to say it's not as easy. And here is one of the big problems. You see, this car is actually a 4-door. This is actually how you open the door. Just check that out. And here is the problem. If you have a wide body kit and it's protruding all the way to the side here, to get these two angles to fit up when the door opens and closes, it's going to be a tremendous act of difficulty. So that's where it becomes a bit of a problem. But we are working on it. We have found a solution. Josh, can you pop around this side? Because the bum of this car is just very, very attractive. It really is a lovely, lovely, lovely rear with this Ferrari. We see a lot of potential to have certain parts in carbon fiber, perhaps little extensions. There's a possibility here even for a 3-piece. I'm saying possibilities. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. Here, this massive diffuser, always the cover around the tailpipes. And of course, since this is a V12 and it's got 4 exhaust tips at the back, you can bet all your wallets it's going to get a proper Novitec exhaust system. Let's move on. Pinpoint accuracy, precision like you've never felt it. It's this over here, but the Novitec version. The Novitec version. I drove it standard. I drove it in all its forms, and in every form it is breathtaking. I swear to you. But the Novitec version of this will flip your pip and pop your lop. This is just the wackest thing ever. These tail tips, these quadra pipes coming out here in the sort of standard spec. If you get them in Novitec, you can have them either in sort of like a bronze goldish color, and of course with the carbon fiber caps. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, we also made a video of it, but the POV I think is going to knock your socks off. Moving along to the McLaren Senna. When I started at Supercar Diaries, this was one of the first cars that I had the privilege and honor to drive, and I really just want to say such a huge shout out to Novitec. We laughed about this just yesterday or the day before, where these guys just plunked me into a car, gave me like no idea what I'm doing, you know, and they just, it's like, just go. And I'm like, I don't know how to start it. I don't know how to put the gears in. I knew nothing. So this is a very special place in my heart. It's a phenomenal car. It's a car where you can actually see what kind of pants people are wearing when they're driving it. I'd love to elaborate more, but we've got more cars. Here is a completely black, and this is what Novitec loves. Black is the beautiful black. You know, the 765 LT ours is like this. I'm not sure we've got the sort of like crystally paint over here. Is it possible to see this glitter? The P1, let's not even go there. This is bonkers. Josh, we're going to jump over to this side. The 430 Scuderia here, we've actually got the 16N, the Aperta. I mean, this is seldom that you get to see this. Likewise with this, one of the greats, this car. I got to drive this in South Africa. Thank you so much to Rostofosi that had me drive his car. Fantastic. If you want to see that video, we actually drove them in a trio, I think. It was the Pista souped up Novitec. It was the 430 Scuderia souped up. There was something else that was whack and crazy. Just the other day we drove the F12 with the craziest exhaust system ever. And then he just got the SF90, which also is Novitec. I mean, just check that. Great cinematography as well. Thank you, Friendman Sky. We move on because there's wackiness, craziness on this side. Check this out. Lamborghini Sian. I don't know if it's yellow or green or yellow-green or what exactly the combination is, but honestly, an absolute beauty to behold with the carbon fiber insets. This is a very good looking car, but we're gonna get back to some more Sian stuff. We've got SF90 in the back over here. Do you guys recognize this? We just showed you the video the other day. Aston Martin Valkyrie. Oh, there's so much to say about this car, isn't there, Josh? Just a huge shout out to that lovely man, Marcus from Sojourn Supercars, who came with his Valkyrie to us and said, hey, don't you guys want to check it out, film it? Thank you, Marcus. Phenomenal car. The attention to detail, complete carbon fiber wiper, windscreen, designed with a NASA engineer, the most curved in the world. Everything carbon fiber. This badge over here is so thin, it has to be measured in nanomillimeters. It's like ridiculous. Anyways, here, not covered in a cloth, is the AMG Project 1. You can see it on full blade and body. What a car this is. And here, of course, just, I mean, the wackiest stuff in the world. Jesco, full carbon. Here, Pagani, full carbon. Active flaps. It's crazy. We're gonna pop over to the Sian Roadster now and give it a nice cold start, but a huge shout out, a huge thank you to First Motors for just welcoming us so nicely here in Dubai. It's been a hell of a tour. Let me know, please, following things. Let me know, what was your favorite car? If you had to go home? No. If you had to go home with 3 cars in here, 3, write them down at the bottom. Which 3 would you take home and have in your garage? That's it from us. After the cold start, it's over, but I'll see you guys in the next video, and stay tuned because this is only the first shop that we're going to here in Dubai. Until the next time, adios.